Hello, my friends. Welcome to Stampin' Around the World video hop. My name is Monica Formosa, and welcome to my channel, Paper Happinessity with Monica. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator here in the Wide Bay area of Queensland on the east coast of Australia, and today I am pre-recording a video for Stampin' Around the World. Our Stampin' Around the World September video hop. And for September, we have been asked to use our favorite bundle. Now I must thank my lovely friend Lisa Atley, because I was thinking, oh, what's around at the moment that is my absolute favorite, and nothing actually stood out. I couldn't really figure it out. But anyway, we got there in the end. So I will be using, drum roll please, the extraordinary Flora stamp set and the coordinating die. Absolutely love this. Now, I wasn't quite sure of it when I first saw it back in March when we got our catalogues, because demonstrators get our catalogues a little bit early, and I thought, yeah, nah. But it does come with this beautiful washi tape. And it is beautiful, absolutely beautiful, and you can do lots of things with it. I've made Christmas cards with it. So it comes with this die, it comes with this washi tape, and you just peel it off and you just attach that to, you can do white cardstock, you can do window sheets, which gives it a transparency, and it shows like the result is like a washi tape, like a proper washi tape. And then you can do it on vanilla cardstock. You can do it on basic beige cardstock. And the possibilities are actually endless. What I've gone and done for when creativity hits me, I've gone and die cut a heap. Like I've actually gone and die cut a heap. And I will show you this. It's not the best, but I actually have also heat embossed and then, stamped in Versamark, because the die, the stamp set will coordinate with the die. So when you put your tape down on your paper, you can then stamp that before you die cut. You can stamp it with Versamark and then heat emboss. I don't know whether the camera will show that, but you can then heat emboss in gold. And that just levels it up to a whole new level. I don't like saying the same word twice, but it just, yeah, brings it up to another whole new level of elegance, and it's just great. So I have done a little bit of prep beforehand, as I do, just to try and keep this down a bit. So here is my card. And I've used crumb cake, and then I have brought in, for my flags, for my banners, I've used the Nested Essential dies. I will admit, very naughty of me, this is actually the first time I've used the banners, and I just love the stitching, the faux stitching that happens on them. If you can use any banner die that you've got, you could, if you've got the new set that's in the, I don't know whether it's in the catalogue or whether it's a online exclusive, but anyway, the big set, I think it's massive. Crumb cake ink, crumb cake, I've got crumb cake cardstock mostly, and then a piece of white for the inside. The embellishments are these beautiful iridescent foil gems. You can use whatever you have in your stash. I just love these. These are my favorite. they just give a little bit of sparkle without being in your face, which is kind of me at the moment. A little bit of twine for the ends, both ends, just to give it the impression that it's hanging there on the front. So I've got my linen thread, crumb cake. What have I got? So I have stamped my image. These are my flags, and these are my, this is the inside. So I'm going to glue that in there right now, and I'm going to just put this up here, up in the corner. Glue this down. You will need your watercolor pencils for this too, guys. Sorry, I should have mentioned that. So these have been colored with watercolor pencils, and I actually didn't watercolor. I just colored in and then die cut. If you wanted to, if you don't have the pencils, you could use your ink and one of our brushes, or that come in the set of 3. You get, let me see if I can find them. Oh, where are they? So you get a set of 3, not that one, this one. So you get a wide tip, and then you get a medium round brush, and then a finer round brush. And you can use those if you want, with your inks, which will give you the same look. You could also go a different color base. You could go white, which would make everything pop. But I just wanted to do something just a little bit different. Okay, so I will show you. I'll put them over there. I'll put that over there as well. I'll just show you quickly what I've done, because I've actually done a little bit of colouring beforehand. All right, so my pencils, I've got white. I've got grey out, but I didn't actually use grey. And then red, those are for the flowers, and they've all been coloured exactly the same. Now for the leaves, I did granny apple green as my base, and then I changed it up with either early espresso. All right, so we've got whisper white and cherry cobbler for the flowers. I'm just trying to get that. And then the granny apple green, I laid down that color first, and then I either blended that with early espresso, old olive, and garden green. And I changed them up because there's kind of 3 different style of leaves, so I kind of wanted 3 different colorways for my leaves. So I will go and show you quickly what I did. Now I'm not going to do all of this now because it will just take too long. So for the flowers, I basically went in with the white, and I'm trying not to go over the stamping, because what will happen is it will fade it out. All right, and I'll do this other larger one over here. And then for the centers, I just went in with the red for a nice pop of color. And I basically did that for all of the flowers, including these 2, right? So you can see those 2 there. And the color does fade, I will say. So you can, it does fade out a bit as the oils, because these have got a little bit of wax in them. And as the wax soaks into the cardstock, that color kind of fades. All right, so we've got them. Now for the leaves, I basically did all of them in granny to start with. So I'll do that one, and I'll do, I'm just trying to think. So that one, it doesn't really matter to start with though. And where's the other leaves? Maybe this one here. It's a oops, and I apologize for the wobble, and I will go in and I'll just color this flower just so you have a complete image. All right. You might want to just fast forward this bit. So that's there, that's there. All right, so these two are kind of classed as one kind of set, and I'm using early espresso for these, and all I'm doing is adding a little bit of early espresso. Like I'm barely touching that. So this was laid down, the granny apple green was laid down quite firmly, like I was really quite firm with that. And then the blending color, the blended color is, I'll go in. So I'm going quite firmly here and laying that color down. So for these ones I did, is that garden green? So garden green, and very lightly I'm going over the top. Almost like how you would color with your Stampin' blends. I like to leave the tips just a little bit lighter. I will do, this is kind of the same. So please do go and have a look in the description box below this, because there'll be a list of all the participants that are, and we're quite a creative bunch of demonstrators from all over the world. So this is Old Olive now, and I'm just going in very gently and blending that color. Over the top. Yeah, so we're quite a creative bunch of demonstrators from all over the world, and I'll just bring that up to see. Let me color those flowers in so you can see. And there'll be links to all our videos, and it should be a great one this time because we've been asked to use our favorite bundles. So we all have our favorites in the catalog. So all right, there we go. Can you see that? I'm not sure whether the camera will pick that up, but we have the flowers with the white and the red centers, and they're all done exactly the same. There's no, I'm not treating any flower any different. The leaves, like I said, I went quite firm with the granny apple green to start with, and then I either used garden green. This is garden green. Oh, that one's not done. Old Olive. Old Olive for these ones. So create a rule, and rules are meant to be broken. We all know that. All right, so this one here and this one here, I used Old Olive. And then this one here, and I would color him the same, I've gone with Early Espresso. Okay. Yeah. So I'm not going to sit there and do all of them. I have done some beforehand because this is a little bit tricky. So through the magic of video, I have a complete set that I have, die cut. So when you finish coloring, I will go back. I'm so sorry. I'm jumping all over the place here. Where is my die? This just lines up, and I use washi tape to hold it in place as I go through, run it through, line it up. I stick it down, line it up, and then I cut that through my die cutting machine, which gives you this lovely pile of goodies. Now we're not going to use that one to work with, and we're not going to use that one. I didn't use those two. I'll just take them out of the picture. And so we've got all this to work with. Okay, so the next thing I need to do is add my banners. I'm going to get my bone folder and just gently persuade this to fold a little bit nicer. That's the front, that's the back. Okay, we're going to add dimensionals to the back of these. And I really do love this set. I didn't think I would as much as I do, but I will say this bundle, I've actually used it a lot more than I thought I would, which is good because you do actually get a heap on that washi tape roll. And you don't have to buy the washi tape roll. It is a little bit pricey. But if you are a customer and you have you've opted in for your customer rewards, you know, maybe you can put some of your rewards towards your washi tape. All right, so I'm going to find the center of my card, which is roughly there. I really do need to get my, where's my take a pic tool? There we go. I might make it easier. So roughly the center, and I'm going to come down. I'm just eyeballing. That's there. I'll just use my, and I do color the backs of my dimensionals, and that, it's not working for me today, and that just allows me to know if I've taken the backs off or not. Okay, so this one we're going to put on a bit of an angle, not too much, just how it would be in real life. And I haven't put a sentiment on this. Sometimes a sentiment can distract from what's going on the front of the card. I'm just worried about that dimensional there, whether it's going to poke through. Yeah, so sometimes a sentiment can distract from what's going on the front. And sometimes people don't like having a sentiment on the front. All right, now this is where it gets a bit tricky, and I learned playing around that sometimes less is more. So I kind of went across here and then across here, and I'm going to just also gently persuade this to sit flat. There we go, that's better, thank you. So across the front, and I will just actually, where's my snips? Oh goodness, thank you. Mind me reaching across the camera. I am going to just take that stem off because we don't need that, and it will be hidden, but kind of go across like that. All right, so what I might do is I might add some glue here and I will add a dimensional here. And that just allows that end to stick up, but the here where all that bulk is flat. All right, same deal here. We're going to add dimensional, and I'm just using my minis because that's all I need. A little bit of glue. And we're going to just throw that across there. Now, I think I put 2 minis on the bottoms here. Oops. And here. And he goes down here, but I want to get these ones in first. And I might just, oops. Go here and here. So that's going to sit across there like that with my other large one. If you're worried about supporting these a little bit more, by all means you can put your large dimensionals on. All right, so he's going to go in there like that. That one's going to poke up in underneath there like that. We aren't going to quite use all these, I don't think. That goes up there. I'll do that later. Hopefully that'll go in. That one goes there. And then we've got our flowers. All right, we're going to commit. Throw these down. And what I tried to do is I tried to create like a bit of triangle with a little bit of asymmetry going on. Do I put a little bit of glue? I think I might add, whoops, that's already got the lid off. With a little bit of glue, and that just so that's going on there. I think this little guy goes in underneath here. Just fills in that hollow in there, like that. There we go. And the object is I've tried to create contrast with the shapes. All right, so this guy is going to sneak in up here. I might just trim that little bit of a stem off. And I will add a dimensional, and I will add a little bit of glue. So yes, trying to create contrast with the shapes. So where I've got a rounded leaf, I will put in, I need to just lift that one up a bit. Where I've got a rounded leaf, I've thrown in Oops, that's not. Come on. I've thrown in like a spiky leaf. Where did I put you? Did I put you somewhere? I don't know whether I did. Nope. This one, I don't know whether I did put you in either. I did, but I didn't. And that doesn't always work. I kind of got him up a little bit different this time. I don't think I need him this time around. And now I'm just going to, I don't need him. We can add some of these to the inside of our card. So then I just went around. Oh, actually, I need a second. I need to layer that up because it's way too low. All right, so because it's in a gap, I'm not sure whether you can see that. So that little dimensional is falling between the two banners. So I'm just going to double up. There we go, that's a bit better. And then that way I can get my flower and just sneak him in there. And then I've got a little one. The hardest part is trying to work out where to put everything. Can put him up there. This isn't exactly how it is on my original, but that's the beauty of a handmade card. Let's be honest. And then another little guy I've just put in here. All right, and that just pulls the flowers right across. We've got these. We can add these. Oh, I've got glue, a little bit of glue on my fingers. So let's add these in here. Quickly lift that up. There we go. Or maybe that one might have looked a bit nicer. Anyway, it's there now. Okay, for the inside, and then that finishes off, that just pulls in the design from the front to the middle of your card. And then, let me see, what am I doing here? Let me tidy up. I've got Stampin' dimensionals. I've got tools. The last thing, no, I need you, thank you. Last thing I'm going to do is add a little bit of sparkle and my ribbon. Okay, let's go down there. We're going to go up there. And we're going to go here. And another larger one. Now these come in two sizes, which is great. You can put you up there, and I need some glue dots for my twine. I'm going to roll that and then pick it up. You're not actually going to see that. It's a wet and miserable day here today, I will say. Great day to be in the craft room. All right, I'm going to trim those tails off in a moment. All right, so that one. Same deal for the other side. We're going to just roll it And I just love a different colorway. I've seen so many cards using white. And I thought, you know what? Might be a great time to get my watercolor pencils out and do some coloring. And a little bit of tone on tone. I'm going to just put that under there where the corner is. That's a bit messy. Don't like that. Oh, I'll just tuck that under a little bit more. That's better. All right, there we go. Turn you around this way. Like that. There we go. So we have our banner is now hanging up, and I'm just going to just trim. You can make these as large or as small as you like. There we go. That's it, guys. Thank you so much for bearing with me. It was quite a complicated one today, but like I said, it really is a huge favorite of mine, and I'm hoping that Stampin' Up will actually bring out more, because a Christmas one would be lovely. Hint. Because I know other companies have got the same idea out there, and they do have their Christmas washi. But yes, there's my original, and there's the one I made today, pretty much the same. And please do go and have a look in my description box to find all the other participants. Thank you so much for coming along and watching. I know time is precious for all of us. We all have our very busy lives, and it's great to have a little bit of time out and just do something that we love. And also a list of all the products that I've used are I'll list them below in the description box also, and they'll have links that you can purchase them if you decide to that you'd like to buy these, and if you've been inspired by my creations. All right, guys, so that's it from me. Thank you, and hopefully I'll see you again next month for Stampin' Around the World. It's been great. Thank you so much. Bye for now.